Hello, and welcome to another episode of Lloyd's Lavish Tales. But I also welcome you to a story about change. A story about how life can shift and what is left behind when it does.
Hi, my name is Madison.
Today you aren't just listening to any old-fashioned interview.
Everything was already gone, was very sad and very traumatic.
This is not just a story about loss, but about what comes after. About the moments that change everything and the strength it takes to keep going. My name is Isaiah Lloyd, and I am honored to take you into one of the most interesting stories I've ever heard. It was like any other sunny spring day in the illustrious Raleigh, North Carolina, and 15-year-old Madison had just had a family come down from out of town.
During my spring break, my cousin and my aunt had came down from Baltimore to visit me. And one night, my mom and my other aunts had went out to go party and hang out and catch up.
There's nothing quite like having the feeling of family come over that you haven't seen in a while. So who can really blame them for being out so late and having fun? But little did the Brown family know that turmoil was around the corner.
And then later that night, they came back at 3 a.m. and something really bad had happened. My mom had smelled fire, and she went to go open up the garage door, and that's when she saw a flame coming towards her. That was the night that my house burnt down, and it was very traumatizing to watch it all burn while we couldn't do anything and waiting for the firemen to come. Everything was already gone. It was very sad and very traumatic. During that experience, I think my mind was genuinely everywhere. I was thinking about all of my childhood toys and all of my precious items that I no longer had. I also thought about how that put me and my family in a really rough financial spot and how tough that was going to be, trying to get back on our feet, trying to look at other houses, get a new home. It was a little bit of a struggle.
Thankfully, not too long after the accident, her uncle had taken Madison and her family into his abode while they got their situation all figured out.
The night that happened, we stayed with my uncle, and I remember waking up and just thinking for a split second that it was all a dream and that I was simply just spending the night with my uncle, but it was far, far from the reality. I would say the emotions that stand out to me the most when I think back on it would probably be the amount of helplessness that I felt and the amount of grief that I had.
After that moment happened, she tried to make sense of what she had just gone through, describing it as something that she didn't fully register for her right away.
There was a special moment to where when the fire happened, my mom wanted to go back inside the house and get the car keys because we had a slanted driveway. And so the car at the bottom of the driveway was closest to our garage, and my mom wanted to get the keys to move that car. But sadly, the door had literally slammed in her face as she was going to run to go back inside. And I think that was a sign from God. But it was really sad because then, we lost our car in the fire as well. And it was just a really sad and helpless, traumatic moment.
Along with her home, she also lost her car in the fire. But in the days that followed, she found strength in the support of her friends and family, who helped her start rebuilding not just what was lost, but her sense of stability.
I would say the people that helped me through that time would probably be my cousin, my friends. They gave me that peer and childlike support. It was nice to have friends that were really supportive, but also I would say my family, my uncle. He was a huge backbone. He let us stay with him, and he took care of us and all of that things. And I also think that we had to really be close and stay to each other at all times. So we were kind of each other's backbone, and we helped each other. But my mom also had some really good classmates from high school and college that really helped out, and they donated clothes to me. They donated skincare. It was really, really nice and really sweet. And same thing for one of my friends who I used to dance with. She donated me like her shoes, her clothes. It was so sweet. It was so nice.
With time and support, she found herself not only slowly healing from the experience, but also gaining perspective on what it had taught her about resilience and change. After hearing her tragic but also beautiful story, we're reminded that even in the most difficult moments, people can find strength, perspective, and a reason to keep moving forward. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. This has been Lloyd's Lavish Tales. I'm Isaiah Lloyd, and tune in next time for more Lavish Tales.